Well, hello everyone. Welcome to another video. Happy 2022, everyone. I keep calling it 2020, but we are in 2022. How crazy is that? I hope everyone had a good Christmas or good holiday period. Even if you don't celebrate it, I hope you had the time to relax and unwind. So today we are doing things a little bit differently. Usually I build a house and then I do the interior. This time I started with the kitchen. This is what is selling this house, is this beautiful kitchen, and as you can notice by the color scheme and the furniture and everything, it is a industrial styled home, which is something I don't do too often. I find that to build industrial style, I have to think a bit more about what I am using in the house because it's a very fine line between industrial and other styles of furniture. So, I took my good, sweet time with this one, as you can probably notice by the longevity or how long this video is, that I took my sweet time on this one. And sometimes this can pose a problem when you are very focused on the interior and like the window placement. I knew which windows I wanted and where I wanted them. And I did not pay much attention to what it would look like on the outside of the house. Initially, I wasn't even thinking about constructing a whole house. Initially, I was building this in Windenburg, which is not a very well, it is a very pretty world and I build there very often, but the lighting engine is not the greatest. And I was initially just building a kitchen and I was just going to upload the kitchen as a room to my gallery and maybe not make a video about it. But then I thought, this has great potential to be a good house, so I probably need to build a house. So then I started building around it, which did pose a few problems, especially like I said, with the window placement on the outside of the house. Now, this house has a lot of black. If that is not your thing, then maybe this house is not for you. For me, I love black. I love black floors, accent walls, of course, not everything black. But this house, the house is mainly in colors of black, white, and then I bring in some color through like wooden floors and like metal and some like green from plants. But it's mainly very, very neutral, very modern, and it ended up being massive. I wasn't thinking of making it too big. Usually, when I build mansions, I have 100 rooms to furnish because I don't like to make each room very, very large. This one, I did the opposite what I usually do. So each room is very large. You have a very large kitchen, dining, and sitting rooms. Even the bedrooms, they're quite large. So there are not too many of them. Saying that, there are 7 bedrooms in this house, so that is still quite a lot. Now, I do believe that each room has its own bathroom, maybe excluding 1 or 2. Yes, so there's 5 bedrooms on the top floor and then 2 bedrooms downstairs. The 2 bedrooms downstairs I would consider maybe like guest bedrooms, so they have their own bathroom. But upstairs, each bedroom has a ensuite. So downstairs, they would use the guest bathroom. And yeah, I actually was quite excited to share this, and I always say that, but I usually always am. And yeah, so I hope you can hear me a little bit better today. I got my microphone in the post and I was, testing it, see how it sounded, what sounds it can pick up around me. I live in England and here it rains a lot, so it's usually very loud in my videos. So I hope I don't sound like a robot too much. But as I was doing that, my ex-husband was kind enough to gift me a very good microphone for Christmas. So thank you, ex-husband. And yes, we do gift each other things for Christmas. So I hope I don't sound too much like I'm talking through a walkie-talkie to you right now. And yeah, so here is where the problem started appearing, where the windows did not look very good. And I solved that problem by, like, every window frame is black, so I painted that wall entirely black. So that masks a bit of like awkward window placements. I'm very awkward with that. Even in like my real life, I am walking down the street and I see a beautiful house, and then you see on the side of the house, like the two windows are not on the same level. Like one window is a bit higher up than the other one, and I would hate to live in that house. Yeah, I am very, very symmetrical in that case. Now, the outside of the house, it looks very, very modern, as you can see, and I think it suits this world very nicely. And like I said, building modern homes, build them in Oasis Springs, please, because this lighting engine is the best, especially if you have white accent walls. So the woods, they look very warm because it has like an orange tint. The lighting color has a bit of an orange tint to it, and so the whites really, really have a good contrast and it makes them really pop, and I really love it. So this house, we also make a lot of use and we take a lot of advantage of the platform tool. So we create a lot of different areas. As you can see, we have a sunken in dining room here. I wanted this to be one large room, but like I always like to say in my videos, although I do like open plan, I do like each area to be very designated. I don't like, every furniture in the same room and it just being one big space. I like to have a bit of a separation, so we create that separation using platforms. So the living room is sunken in, and then in a bit I will put in a green wall, not like colored green, but I will create sort of a trellis on one side of the wall and put some ivy, just like an interior garden sort of a thing. Here I was trying to make use of those things just to create some space. Although it might look good, it was too busy. There's just too much going on, and it cut out that effect that I wanted. That was, you can see through the whole house. So here I use a bit of like metal beams, and here we create a little bit of like a trellis thing with the plants. And yes, so like I said, 7 bedrooms, a whole lot of bathrooms. It also has a gym and a playroom. And then I did something a little bit different, which is the whole house and every room included, including like bedrooms, has like very dark color schemes. We use some brick and a lot of wood tones and, a bit like dark and modern. Then I created a very soft looking kids bedroom. I just thought it would be fun, to think that one of the kids wouldn't like a very dark color scheme. So in that room, I created 2 platforms. So 1 step up platform 2 times. And, it's all very soft colored and like whites and yellows. I thought that, it could add a little bit of fun. So today is Saturday, the 1st of January, which is a day I don't usually post. I will post occasionally on Saturdays, but usually the days I will post is Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So I decided to post this today, and that will give me some time so I can edit a whole lot of videos that I have ready, so that for next week we have a whole lot of things. Now, I was going to post yesterday, to be completely honest, and I even edited the video and I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I fell asleep. And so I will have to edit that video once more because I was talking about Christmas, and it just doesn't make sense anymore because I'm wishing everyone happy Christmas, and it was, Christmas is gone, and now we can look forward to, here in England, I can still look forward to snow. I have been here for 10 years this year, And I have seen snow a handful of times. I live in Bristol, a coastal city, or a little bit coastal, southwest of the country, so it doesn't snow very much. And if it does, it is usually January, February time. So I want to see snow, and once I do, I am, wishing and praying for summer to come. That is it. I have snow, Christmas, and summer. Those are the things I wait the whole year to get in. And yet, I was saying also in the last video, since I am editing it, I am telling you again, not that you need to know, but something quite unfortunate happened to me on the 24th. In case you don't know, I am Portuguese, and in my family and in my culture, we usually celebrate the 24th harder than we do the 25th, because in Western countries like Canada, America, England, Australia, you open Christmas presents on the morning of the 25th. In Portugal, and in my family at least, sorry, we give the presents out to the children on the night of the night, not the ninth, the night of the 24th. So we stay up until midnight, and then the children open their presents then. That morning of the 24th, while I am getting ready for, the baking and the cooking, and I still needed to go for one last bit of a shop, my whole ceiling of my kitchen collapsed. Now a huge, good chunk of it collapsed. And so that was fun. I had my kitchen entirely dirty. I had plumbers to come over, and I had a leak in my bathroom, which they call it a invisible leak or something like that. I can't remember the proper term, because my actual bathroom was not wet, but there was a little pipe that runs down the house, and that was leaking for months and months until the whole ceiling just completely collapsed. And then I also had the unfortunate thing that they now had to test the ceiling for asbestos. So my 24th of December and the 25th was, a lot of cleaning and a lot of like water everywhere. So, in the comments down below, tell me, what was your Christmas disaster? There's always something. Someone gets too drunk, or someone argues at the dinner table. Something always happens. Good thing for me was just a leak, it's fixable. So, in case, the asbestos, they came to test it. I don't know if it is asbestos yet or not. Hopefully not, because that is kind of scary. Now, the master suite, I know this is, big tangent, but the master suite, although I did include one of those closets that came with one of the packs, that the Sims can actually go inside and like woohoo inside, I actually wanted to include like a proper walk-in closet. Of course, it's not usable, it's just empty space, but in this house, all you have is space. So I had to come up with some things. As you can see, the room is very awkward, and this is why I say I hate big rooms. Because, look, just look at it. It's one big rectangle, and it was awkward because you had doors and windows on every wall. So initially I was going with this, just a half wall, but I still was not happy with it. I would not feel very comfortable sleeping in a bedroom like this, so I do end up closing it a bit. Just, it is still very large, but still has some isolation. I create a corridor in the back where you can access the bathroom, the walk-in closet, and I have the additional closets. So this is the bedroom I was talking about. It is a very soft bedroom. I put 2 sunroofs at the top, so it has a lot of light, a lot of sun the whole day long. So that is quite fun. And I wanted to create it's almost like a staircase, but it's not. I actually really like this idea, and I think, if this room was for one of my kids, that they would actually really enjoy it. I do end up No, I just did changing up the colors a bit. I went for very pastel-y, very soft colors. I don't know, I just like the idea of one person in the family having a different taste than everyone else, being a bit softer, a bit more childish, I suppose. And yeah, and this bedroom right now it doesn't, but I end up including a bathroom that is attached to the bedroom. And here is the closed off bedroom. I wanted the main feature wall to be at the back, so I created this nice little shape to it, rounded shape, and I put a brick in there. And this is where I found the brick, and I found that the contrast between the brick and the black walls are really nice. So that is when I start incorporating it around the house as well. And this bedroom has two balconies, so every room on the upstairs has access to a balcony, which is very nice. I love balconies. Growing up in Portugal, you know it's very, very extremely rare for you to live in an apartment and not have a balcony. In Portugal, I lived in a house where it was close to a river. The balcony was almost the size of my whole house, and it overlooked the river. I could see the bridge and the train going around the bridge. It was very nice. I like a good view, and I love a good balcony. You can go outside, have an iced tea, get a suntan. It's very nice. So I included this in the whole house as well. Now this bedroom here is more like for a teenager or maybe a young adult, maybe someone that likes to play games and stuff like that. So I put in two monitors, and then I create this like bed frame thing. I use those, that is not an aquarium. That is like a water feature thing. I don't know the name of it. But it has like water bubbles in it, and it just looked nice and modern. Right here, this window, there's one thing I don't like in The Sims 4. The very large windows, we have the base game, the floor to ceiling windows. They are very beautiful, but the one thing I don't like is their wood frames are very narrow, and I like thick framed windows. So I created a whole thing like an internal frame sort of a thing, just to make the window more like prominent, more like you can properly see it, instead of like just a thin little frame, because I don't really like that. Now up here, my gosh, I'm losing my breath. Now up here we had still a little bit of a big space. And it is too large for just to be like a corridor, and I did not want to include any more bedrooms or things because it's just unnecessary at this point. So I create an additional little sitting room up here. I put in a little gaming thing so that maybe you could come here and play games on the TV or play some music or something. So I know I had to add that. Now this here is the room that I am most unhappy with, to be honest. We have beautiful things for kids in The Sims, but there's one thing that we don't really have, which is neutral colored toys. We have a few like plush toys that have like neutral colors, like browns and blacks, but like toy boxes is all like very bright colors, which is very nice, but we should have like some neutral options, because for a house like this is not a bright and cheery house. This is very modern and very like, dark house. So, bright and cheery would not look very good in here. So I was looking for the most neutral things I could find that would still make sense. So, but in the end, am I 100% happy with it? No. But I do also not dislike it, so I just let it be. And it's just a little room where kids can come chill out. There's just a painting thing, and platform where you have my favorite cardboard playhouse, and just some seats and a TV. Not much to do there, but I had extra space. And when I do, I also like to include a playroom just because, it would make sense. Now, if this was my house, this would be my bedroom. It is not the biggest, but I don't know why I really ended up liking it. It is very dark, as you can see, but I actually really like that. I think it's very comforting, and it looks very clean and very sleek, and I'm very happy with it. And here, this is the entry of the house. As you can see, on the right side is where I created the little window thing. And so here I wanted just to have like a little table with, some space for you to put your keys. So I just put a few mirrors together and created one large mirror. Now here, another room that I had to come up with something. I decided to make a little bar room or a little drinks room. So on one side, as you can see, there's the bar. And then here we just have a sitting area with a TV. I don't know, it just looks like a cool place for you to come watch some sports, or I don't know, have a drink with friends. I think, it's kind of nice. I love that rug, by the way. I never use that rug very much, but in this house it was just perfect because it has very neutral and very like muted colors, which is just perfect because I wanted to include colors, of course, but I didn't want any bright colors. Only bright colors in this house come from plants. And that is my every house. If it doesn't have plants, then I am not happy with it. And this is just a gym, my generic gym. I always do the same thing over and over because, I don't really enjoy gyms that much, aesthetically. And like to design a gym is not like my thing. So I just usually add in the same things. Now, these two bedrooms, this one and the empty room next to it, are going to be the two bedrooms I talked about. They are on the lower level. So these ones, I suppose, are more like guest bedrooms, maybe. Would make sense. I mean, you can sleep in here, of course. But, if this was your house, it would make sense to make these your guest bedrooms. Just because it gives the family some privacy upstairs. Anyways, I've talked a lot. I have been building nonstop also. I'm not quite sure what video will be up. I have built quite a lot of few things. I am currently building something that I am very excited to share. More excited than usual, okay? I always say I'm excited, but I'm more excited than usual. I don't know how much you are into true crime, but there's this one very famous house, which is called the Watcher House in New Jersey, where the people that moved in started receiving these very creepy letters from someone claiming that they have watched the house for years and that they looked inside of the house and they asked them about the children, and it's very, very creepy. I will explain it everything next video. So I'm thinking about doing a little bit like I used to do, old school, a little bit of, a show. I'll show you the house and I try to make it as close as possible to the real thing. And I will tell you all the story about it in case you are not aware, because it's very, very creepy, but it's also very interesting. So maybe if I get the house ready on time, that will be the next video. But let me know in the comments if that's the next video that you want to see or not. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, as you can see by the time, and this is sped up 10 times. My videos are usually only like 6 times or 7 times. So this is going quicker than normally, just because I have so much footage and this house is quite large. Next video, if it is the Watcher House, is going to be quite a long one as well. So get ready for that. Anyways, if you do want to download this or any other of my homes, then you can find me, of course, on the gallery. You can look for me using hashtag SimsDesigns or hashtag SimsDesignsYT. Do follow me on the gallery. I post a lot of things that never come to YouTube. So if you are interested in that, do follow me on there. and any sort of house that you like, modern, old, I don't know, like hippie-ish, everything. I have a little bit of everything in there, and screenshots are coming up. Anyways, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Please do subscribe if you are interested in these sorts of videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.